So today, we're going to dig into an institution that has been shaping a nation for, wow, over 2 centuries now, the United States Army. What does it actually mean to be a guardian of a nation? Let's jump in and find out. And it really all starts with this. This is such a powerful image, right? Before most of us have even had our first cup of coffee, a commitment is already being honored. This whole idea of quiet, constant vigilance, well, that's the very heart of what it means to be a soldier.
And this isn't some new idea. This kind of vigilance is part of a legacy of service that's been built over centuries of American history.
I mean, think about it. For over 200 years, the U.S. Army has been woven right into the fabric of American history. From the battlefields of the Revolution, all the way to the complex missions they run across the globe today, they've had to constantly evolve. But that core purpose, that has never, ever wavered. So, what's the engine behind this incredible legacy? It really comes down to these 3 core values: duty, honor, and service. And look, these aren't just words on a poster. They are the moral compass for every single person who wears that uniform. Okay, so let's move on, because the real story here isn't just about history or fancy hardware, it's about the people. It's always about the people. And this right here highlights a super important distinction. It's so easy to think that military power is all about the latest weapons and the most advanced tech, but the real, enduring strength of the Army, well, that comes from its people, the soldiers themselves. And this quote just nails it. The Army is a genuine reflection of America's diversity. I mean, it's this incredible melting pot of cultures and backgrounds and life experiences, and through some seriously tough training, all these different individuals are forged into one cohesive team, building this bond of trust that is just unbreakable, even when things get really, really tough. So, how does that even happen? How do you take a civilian and transform them into a soldier? Let's take a look at what it takes to forge a modern guardian. Army training is, well, it's a crucible. It's designed to push soldiers to their absolute limits in 3 key areas. Physically, it's all about endurance. Mentally, it's about building the toughness to perform under the most extreme pressure you can imagine. And strategically, it's about sharpening their minds to make life or death decisions in a split second. And what's the result of all that intense training? You get a set of skills that are absolutely essential. Being able to adapt when everything goes sideways, staying calm in the middle of chaos, and acting with total precision when every single second counts. And these aren't just skills for the battlefield. They become a part of who these soldiers are for the rest of their lives. But a soldier's duty doesn't stop when the fighting does, not by a long shot. The Army also serves as this incredible beacon of hope when a crisis hits. And that's a really important question, isn't it? When a community is facing a disaster, what does the Army's presence actually mean for the people on the ground? Well, this table gives you a pretty clear picture. A natural disaster hits, they're often the first responders on the scene. Infrastructure crumbles, their engineers are there to literally rebuild. A community is in crisis, you've got medics providing life-saving care, and logistics teams making sure essential aid gets exactly where it needs to go. So in these moments, that uniform represents something so much more than just strength. For people who are facing their absolute darkest hour, it's a symbol of hope. It's a promise that they are not alone. And that brings us to our final section, which really ties everything we've talked about together, this profound commitment that is right at the heart of their service. Service requires sacrifice, and this really gets to what that word means for a soldier. It's about facing the unknown, yeah? But it's also about being separated from your family for months, sometimes even years. And you're doing it without any expectation of recognition, but with this unwavering belief that your actions are safeguarding the future for generations to come. In the end, it really all comes down to this one powerful idea. The United States Army is more than just an institution. It is a solemn promise. It's a promise to the American people that no matter what challenges arise, someone will always be ready to answer the call. And so we're left with this one last question. What does it truly take to keep a promise like that? Well, as we've seen, it's a mix of history, intense training, and just this unwavering dedication. But maybe, just maybe, the most important part is the personal sacrifice of every single soldier who volunteers to stand guard.